New subscriber.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you guys are having a
The
great day today.
stream is starting.
What's up? What is going on? How are you guys doing today? Hopefully this sounds pretty good here for you today. If you guys just joined in, don't forget to like. But yeah, Bitcoin at 114. We're going to be taking a look here at the charts, of course, and share my opinion. Just want to look at something real quick. All right. But let me know how you guys been. What's up, Brown Butter? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Bitcoin at 114 here. Let's see how we're looking here on the daily. We'll do a market update. Wow, we actually bounced on that 50 MA right on the daily. So let me see right here real quick. And I'll be checking your coins too, guys, of course. We'll be taking a look at all your favorite coins on here. Just don't forget to leave a like. That's all I ask for. Trying to see something here. Go to details. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it, guys. So it should be better now. Bitcoin is confusing. What are your questions? Let me know your questions. If it's confusing, let me know. Feel free to ask. Welcome if you guys are new, by the way. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know how you guys found my channel. Bitcoin getting a bounce here at 114,500. Which I shared in the group here. That's what we're coming. We came down to it. Let me look at it. Because I shared this in the group. Because I was like, okay, we're gonna get a bounce here back to that 25 MA on the 4 hour, and also on the hourly here, right? We bounced off of it. We finally broke it. But on the 4 hour, that's kind of the resistance where we're testing right now. That 114,500. As you can see. Yeah. Paul, what's up, Paul? Shiba. I'll take a look at Shiba, man. Thank you, Doge. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to like. Let's pump the likes up. I'm gonna check all your favorite coins. We'll take a look here at Shiba. Let's see how Shiba's been holding up here. Now, you guys know I'm bullish on Shiba. And despite Shiba pulling back here from back in 2024, man. I mean, this coin, I know a lot of people lost patience on it, but look, at least we're not here, which a lot of coins are. But we're not struggling down here in this zone here. And we didn't, you know, react to the market and have this huge pump, which Shiba will have again. This huge pump right here. So ever since then, we've been selling off, you know, in this downward momentum here. But the good news is that it looks like we're forming an inverted head and shoulders. We're putting in some bullish divergence, which is basically we're putting a lower low here, but a higher low on stochastic. And this could take a little bit to play out to the upside, but I believe it will. That's why I've been buying some Shiba. I'm in a low leverage long on Shiba actually too. So we get a, you know, possibly something like this play out, which will be bullish. That's a very bullish bottom here, which I could even show here from the past how it played. I mean, this was it right here. This is a great example of an inverted head and shoulders for people that say that they don't play out. I mean, look at this, right? Boom. That's the inverted head and shoulders that we took off right there. So I can see something similar happening for Shiba, seeing a lot of bullish divergence as well. And I think it's a great opportunity to buy at these times right here, because when you actually look at it too, it's basically flipping that bear market resistance zone into a bull market support zone. You see what I'm saying? So I know everyone's freaking out. You know, people are impatient, but during the bear market, we couldn't break this. I mean, this was like a steel door. Then we broke it for God candle. We came back here to fill the gap, and we just been basically consolidating here, right? We've been building some support here. We can't just bounce off this, or we can't just break out of this and not retest it. So I'm bullish on Shiba. I do believe it will explode here very, very soon. Lose 2 zeros. You think so? Look, my targets, I think it was around 0.0026 or higher. I actually have a price prediction for Shiba here. I just posted a price prediction on Toshi. That video's been up 1,000 views already. Shout out to you guys. Dogecoin back to 20 cents. But I have over 22 price prediction videos for different coins. There's a playlist. You guys can watch it after the stream. And we got over 20 people. Don't forget to like us. How do we only got 1 like with 20 people? That's insane. But Bitcoin starting to move up here to the upside. 114,730. You know, I also put a long here at 3,300 ETH in my group. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. I think I'm up like 20% at the moment on that long. And I've been very clear with you guys. Right, the last 2 streams, I mean, with the market pulling back, I've been very clear that I'm looking for low leverage longs to the upside. Right, trading doesn't have to be risky. It doesn't have to be liquidation, right? You don't have to be super risky. It's all about risk management. I think low leverage longs for a lot of altcoins are a great deal. Shiba, how high? Yeah, we'll take a look at Shiba here. Price prediction on Shiba. Thank you for the likes, Paul. Appreciate that. You know, we'll take a look. Thank you for the likes. Shout out to all of you guys on here. But yeah, man, we do a Fibonacci here on Shiba coin. You know, we can see possibly working, possibly top out. And we can see we're having a hard time breaking out of this 618 level. But once we do, the next target is going to be here at the 0.5 around 4021, right? And possibly where I can see it going to here conservatively, 3020 to the top of that 3027, 30, basically 3028, 3020. This is a reasonable sell zone here that I'm targeting based on my Fibonacci. Now the highest I see Shiba going here brings us to that 618, which is around 00054, which for right now, that would be an estimate of, man, that's insane, of 44x. So that's the highest I see it going. Like that might not happen this cycle unless we get something crazy. But conservatively, that target right there at 00020, I would say that could possibly be a top. What's up, Rick? Rick Martinez, thank you, bro. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Do you think we are done going down or more pain to still come? Great question. I haven't really looked at Bitcoin today yet, but I want to take a look at it because I posted in the group, right? We were gonna bounce back here to my exact target, and we're breaking that. So if you actually look here on the daily, if we get a heavy resistance here at this target 114,800, which we're near right here, then yeah, I would say more downside, and we could possibly test those lows right there. But so far we're looking good. It's tomorrow we're gonna have the stock market, kind of see what the stock market does. I think that's gonna kind of determine. In my opinion, I've been very clear and vocal. Anything between August 15 can happen. We can come back, retest it 109. Anything could happen, but after August 15, I believe the market's gonna start to pivot in a big way. So that's why I'm going not all in, but here from now until August 15, I'm putting most of my USDT that I have left in some of these coins, because I believe that this is really the last pullback here before we really take off, right? I mean, the last, you know, slight pullback, because I mean, this pullback wasn't as much as the previous ones, right? So I am bullish. It's just that anything can happen until August 15th, you know, mid-August. We know that most likely Powell is going to drop the interest rates, which is bullish because of the job market. He wasn't, you know, before the job market came out, the news and everything like that, Powell dropping the rates went up to 60% that he wouldn't. So he was actually not going to, most likely. But since that came out, and there have been a lot of fake data regarding that, it's, you know, it brought down the mark, and it's gonna force them to drop rates in September. That came down already a lot. So I think the odds are that he will drop rates. So I am bullish. It's just that, again, we can drop lower here until August 15th. And you can see right here on the 4 hour, we're testing that 25 on the 4 hour. Right? We got to look. If we get a big drop here, a big lower high around 115, 300, that 200 MA, which can happen tomorrow with the stock market coming down. Again, it depends a lot on the stock market. Yeah, that's my target, 115. I might actually put it in the short. I might put in the short here around 115 tomorrow to kind of see what's happening. If I look at the price action tomorrow, 115, 400, 300. Depending what Bitcoin does, this might be a good short here, at least for short term, right? I'm not going to be in that short for a long term. So I'll be looking at that tomorrow, kind of see what Bitcoin is doing in the market opening. But I am mostly bullish here, mid-August for sure. We can see we had to pull back, guys. I mean, everyone's freaking out. Just like it's like people don't learn their lesson, right? Fool me once, fool me twice. I mean, people are getting fooled. These bears are getting fooled a third time. What did we learn from the last pullbacks? We had the war news, I mean, tensions, the tariffs, all these things happening. We still recovered. Now we have, you know, the job market, the interest rates not being taken down, and we have some news regarding some more war, and we're pulling back. And ultimately, we're just pulling back to that previous top, that local top that we had here back in May. Remember that? At 112, right? Which is exactly where we hit here, 112. We pulled back here, 112, all the way to 98K when everyone was calling for 95, 93K. Remember that? Even me, I said, like, I think we're going to 95K, and we didn't. We didn't. So, you know, we pulled back here to that exact top. I mean, you look at this on the monthly, it's that exact top here. We had to pull back, fill in that CME gap. And it's good that Bitcoin does this, guys, because it's very healthy, in my opinion. It kind of delays, you know, it kind of basically delays the top a little bit further. What are your thoughts on Crow Coin over the next 3 months? Shout out to MN. Thank you guys for the likes. By the way, we got 10 likes. Appreciate it. Crow Coin. We'll take a look at Crow Coin. Let's see how it's looking here. So Crow Coin is actually it's been pretty bullish here. Right before the market started coming down, you can see we pushed up here to that 618 level. Okay, and I've been telling you guys for the last months or so, Crow's very undervalued. Even right now, it's very undervalued. What I possibly see happening if Bitcoin pulls back more, which is a possibility, we can come down here and retest that one, you know, that 11 cents level right there. So, I mean, this was just a major range. Usually we come for a retest of the range. Okay, so you could possibly hit that 11, 12 cents and then bounce off of that, put in a higher low. That's what I could see happening if we start to see the market pulling back. But I mean, other than that, even right now, I don't see Crow having a bigger pullback. I see more to gain with Crow than to lose. So that's, you know, a 2 cent pullback right there. But very, very soon, like I said, after August, mid-August, we're going to start to move faster here towards the end of this bull market. And 18 cents Crow is going to be very, very soon, in my opinion. Could even be in September. So I'm bullish on Crow. It's just that until mid-August, we might have a slight pullback to 11, 12 cents. And Bitcoin about to hit 115. We're about to come to my target here that I just showed you on the daily. But man, you guys have been killing it. Thank you guys. You guys have been killing. Let's do a daily market update of the day. Let's take a look here at the market on the daily, because we actually have a lot of coins up today. Obviously, we've been down so much. We gotta, we gotta have at least one good day. But yeah, we see ENA up 17%, Conflux 15%, XLM moving to 12%. How much is it at now? 41. So wow, man, I was procrastinating on getting a long on XLM, and I was waiting for one more. That's the thing, guys. When we're dropping, you can't be greedy, right? And we have these targets, but usually it's like a little bit higher than your target when it starts to go. But XLM, I was literally going to put in a long on XLM around 35 cents, 36, but it's back to 41. We'll see if I get another opportunity. H bar also up here 9% on the day, which is good to see. And pump, guys, I've been buying pump for the last past week. It's a newer coin, so it's more risky, but I believe this coin will recover. Like many new coins that come out, they'll dump, and then just like Pengu, for example. Pengu's a great example of that, which is actually up 10%. But yeah, look, pump is one of my picks. I'm bullish on pump, and I've been accumulating that as we go. So yeah, a lot of coins up today. Good to see that. Algorand too. Hex up 13%, and this is on the daily. On the weekly, might be a little bit different. On the weekly, we got most coins down. Just Conflux, meme token, and pump. Actually, pump's up on the weekly. So
new subscriber.
Thank you for the subscriptions. But yeah, most coins are down here on the weekly. And this is what I love looking at the weekly and monthly, because it kind of gives you an idea on like, okay, which coins should I DCA more into, right? Which coin should I buy that's down a good amount? So maybe you want to add more to your SUI positions. It's down 18%. Cardano, I added so much more Cardano on this dip. It's, I'm so bullish on Cardano, and I'm already up a good amount. I bought at 69 cents. So bullish on Cardano. Algorand too, down 10% on the weekly. And I added a ton of Caspa too. I already reached, look, on this dip, guys, I already reached my Caspa goals, my Brett goals in terms of like holding where I'm comfortable with. I'm like, man, I'm happy with this holding. Caspa, Brett, H bar, and almost Cardano. Not quite yet, but almost Cardano. So it's a great opportunity, in my opinion, to buy. And if you guys are there, let me know. Comment some coins you guys want me to check out. Comment some coins, and I'll check them out for sure. Dogecoin. All right, we'll take a look here at Dogecoin. Let's take a look at Doge here for Doge dude. Back to 20 cents. And you guys know I've been bullish on Dogecoin. We resetted that daily stochastic. We were overbought for a month here on the daily. That's kind of unusual. You look back here in time, keeping that stochastic on the daily up there, just riding that daily overbought. At some point, we're gonna break to the downside. And what I love about the stochastic is it kind of shows you, foreshadows you the big move before. Because, for example, we're up here, right? We're up here at 26. Actually, like, what did we hit? 28 cents? 28 cents Doge. Then what happens? Big dump on stochastic. But guess what? Dogecoin was still around 20, 23, 24 cents. But seeing that big dump on stochastic, I knew, okay, there's a bigger move to come. And it played out. We went to 18 cents. Okay. So that's the way I like using the stochastic, because it kind of acts as like a longer move, right? You kind of foreshadow here the move. Let's see right here. But yeah, bullish on Dogecoin and Shiba as well. Bitcoin starting to make that big move here to the upside. $114. We're about to hit 115 at the moment. Toshi's been doing great. I actually posted a video on Toshi that's been doing great as well. The price prediction video on Toshi. And there's a new one coming out tomorrow. Because apparently Toshi got a listing. So that's kind of what's been holding up Toshi. This listing. The alpha, Binance alpha listing. Which is kind of surprising because Toshi, it's a Coinbase coin, right? It's a base coin. Meme coin. So you got ETH here back to 3,500. ETH also could put in some type of inverted head and shoulders, but man, we would have to have a big dump here to possibly 2,900 or so, which can happen, guys. I mean, it's not out of the cards. Hi, what's up, Harley? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Let's take a look at some coins here. I've been busy the last couple of days buying a ton here. I bought a good amount. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm happy I did. Again, it doesn't mean that was the bottom. We can, like I said, anything can happen until mid-August. After mid-August, I'm very bullish. So we can come back down, but we're getting a nice bounce here. A lot of coins up here on the day. You can see right here on the daily, most coins are up. All right. Nunya Biz, what's up? Like the stream, guys. Shout out to Nunya Biz. You want me to check out Dogecoin? Let me know. But Bitcoin 114,800. Solana 164. I still think Cardano's at a great deal. I bought a ton. Actually I bought a 69 cents. I bought a 70 cents, 69. And actually I'm in the long on Cardano right now that I'm up. So on this pullback, I got into two longs, Cardano and at 72.5 cents, and then ETH at 3,300. 33. I mean, I was so happy I got that long. At 30, and I said it in my group. We're going to 33. I even said it here in the live stream. And we came to 33. So, and man, we're starting to move on the monthly too for ETH. Look at that. Please, Dogecoin, yes. I got you, none of you biz. We'll take a look at Doge. What's up, Pepe? Always good to have Pepe on here. We'll take a look at Pepe as well. Let's take a look here at Dogecoin. You know, I bought some of the meme coins I bought. I did buy some Pepe for sure. I bought Doge, Shiba. I actually bought a lot of meme coins. So on the 4 hour, let's see what's kind of going on here in the 4 hour. So we're coming here to the 25. So look, there's gonna be a lot of resistance here for Dogecoin around you know, that near that 21 cents level, right? So what I can see that's happening is us, you know, start to pump here till tomorrow, kind of see what the stock market's doing. It's probably gonna come down, the stock market, and then we'll pull back, put in a higher low, and then do something like that, right? That's a possibility. We know tomorrow's gonna be probably a big day with the stock market, which is going to affect the crypto market. So it's going to be in my opinion, it's going to be a very volatile day. But anything can happen until August 15th. We can come down and put in a new low for Bitcoin. We got to see how it reacts moving up here. All right. Like I said, that 21 cents level here for Dogecoin, big resistance point. All right, I could see us kind of forming a flag here at the 21 cents, bounce back, you know, do something like that before we break out. Possibly like that. But I'm bullish on Doge. I bought a ton. I added more to my long position because I'm down on the long position, but I was able to bring my average down to around 22 cents. So I'm still down on it, but I'm bullish. Pepe, Sir Lewis, you've been dead on with your targets. Thank you, Pepe. Man, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for remembering too. You know, Pepe, a lot of people in my live streams remember my targets. And I gotta find a way to clip those target moments when I share my targets so I can make clips on it, right? Videos on it. Bought so much rope at the target, you said it came to the 980 exactly as you said. Really? For Pepe? Bought so much Pepe at the target, you said it. Yeah, let's actually take a look at Pepe. Let's take a look at Pepe. And yeah, we came to that 980 here. Exactly. Look at that. Amazing. Like some targets I don't even remember. I give out so much targets I don't even remember them. But we did come here to that 980. Yep. And the big reason why I said that too, I think I kind of remember why I said that is because the 25 on the weekly is right there, right? So we got that nice bounce on the 25 right there. So good to see that for Pepe. And look, there's a possibility that is the bottom right there for Pepe, the higher low. All right, if not, we could possibly retest these lows here. We gotta wait it out a little bit, see what happens tomorrow with the stock market, see how Bitcoin reacts. But you can see this is a good drop here for Pepe, and we're holding up pretty well. Okay, this level right here, we're holding up this pretty well here for Pepe. Which again, if you look here on the daily, it's very unusual. Thank you. Shout out to the new subscribers. It's very unusual to be up on the stochastic overbought for basically a month. I mean, since June 29th to July 22nd, we were overbought for over a month, guys. That's very unusual if you look back here on Pepe. So on this drop, we pulled down that stochastic back to oversold, but we're bouncing off here, creating a higher low. So that's extremely bullish right there, right? And in fact, you know, like I said with the stochastic, it kind of shows you what's going to happen beforehand, especially on the daily, because you can see when we came just straight down here to oversold when Pepe was right here. So Pepe was around 12, right? 40 is 12. And we came down here to oversold. And I checked so many charts, so many coins. Every time we do that, it doesn't mean the bottom's in. It means we're going to have another big move, right? So you can see Pepe, they drop a little bit. We're kind of consolidating here. But with this drastic drop here to oversold from overbought, it's just a big warning sign that we're going to have a major. And we did. We had a major move. So that played out right there. Now this could be the low that we actually form here, unlike this low. So yep, you were talking about that 25. Yeah. Shout out to Pepe. Thank you, Pepe. Shout out to Pepe. Shout out to Pepe. Yeah, the 25 here on the weekly. Now I'm telling you guys, the 25, everyone talks about the 21. You know, I think it's underrated, overrated, but I like the 25 a little bit more. That's why I like using the 25, 250. Matter of fact, but Matt Furry, is that a coin, J Money? But let's take a look here at the market overall. Bitcoin dominance slightly coming down, but we actually hit 62%. again, my opinion on Bitcoin dominance too is that we're probably going to start to move up when Bitcoin starts to move up, and the other, you know, altcoins kind of lag behind. So there's still a chance the Bitcoin dominance is not topped out. Yeah, but you called and everyone else was calling for higher prices. Haha. Yeah, I remember. And then, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, when everyone's calling for higher targets, that could be a big sign right there. We're having a big pullback, and we did. So, well, I don't think mine fought. Yeah, I can't find it here. And I want to share something very important here too. It's a video coming out tomorrow, but since you guys are here, I want to give you guys here a preview of that video. It's actually like it's gonna be in the shorts. I think it's pretty interesting, so I'm gonna share here with you guys because I appreciate all of you guys here being in the live stream, liking the stream, and it's this, right? The Bitcoin halving. This is my Bitcoin halving chart I created, and basically each halving is a horizontal line right here, a vertical line. And what's interesting here is the 2012, right? 365 days from the halving, we topped out. 2016 halving, 518 days, we topped out, as you can see right there. And then the next halving, 579 days. So very similar from the previous halving. Now, if we were to get the same length and put it here, because right now we're at 487 days. We're getting close, right? We're getting close. But if I were to get that same length from the previous one and put it here, that brings us to November 2025. Now, the good news and bad news is, starting with the bad news, is that we're getting close to that. We're getting close to that. And there's going to be I mean, no one knows what's going to happen. The good news is that there's a possibility that we can extend this cycle, right? Which is not guaranteed. But one thing I'll say, guys, the 4-year cycle is not guaranteed either. I know everyone talks about the 4-year cycle, but this could be the cycle where we kind of extend it for a little bit, right? Because we've been having so many pullbacks. Another big reason too is we broke all-time highs for the first time before the halving. That never happened before, right? We tried to over here back in 2019 and we didn't, right? But right here in 2024 we did. And also because we look here, right? The last cycle, 579 days. The one before that, 518 days. The one before that, 365 days. So the pattern here is that each cycle has been adding more days from the halving to the top. So regardless of what happens, I'm still going to take profits. Okay? Cycles don't exist anymore. I wouldn't look. We're still in that 4-year cycle. Technically, okay, if we top out November, October, right, this fall, then we basically are doing the same thing that we did the last 2 cycles, the 4-year cycle. I'm just saying that there's a possibility that we extend it maybe even to 2026. I don't know, but it's just something to keep an open-minded to. But as we go here into November, October, even September, there's gonna be a lot of talks on this. We're probably gonna get a pullback. But I mean, when I think about it too, like when everyone is talking about that, like if I were the elites, what would I do? Right? If I was big money, what would I do? I would probably, seeing that this is the big narrative as we get closer to it, I would probably make it so, you know, we pull back. So I do think we're going to get a big pullback, but then I would just buy it all up, right? Push the markets up and force people to FOMO back in, right? Force those average people to FOMO back into the market, thinking it's going to be a super cycle. And then later on, maybe 2026 or whenever, after most of those people FOMO back in at a loss, dump the markets, and that be the top. I could see something like that playing out. Again, it's all speculation. We don't know what's going to happen, but if there's a time for this cycle to be broken, it would be this one, because we're just a completely opposite government stance on crypto than the previous one, right? It's just a very pro crypto government. We have the genie. I mean, we have all these acts that are pro crypto, the stable coins and everything like that, the ETFs and all that. So it's definitely a different time. So that if we are supposed to extend this bull market and kind of break that 4-year cycle and have that crypto golden age as I speak, I would believe it'll be this one. It's gonna be exciting. The next half, 6 months, is gonna be super exciting to see what happens. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be live streaming every day, and this is the time to lock in. This is the time. If you guys hold a ton of crypto like I do, this is the time to be locked in with the charts, with the news, with the blockchain, what's going on in chain, on chain, and all that, because you guys want to make the best decision you can. All right. But man, let's take a look here. Let's see here now. And this is my room, guys. By the way, I actually have another scene here. I'm gonna show you guys here. Regarding my PC and my streaming place here, because I've been having this PC for probably more than 10 years, and it's been holding up so well, man. I mean, it's just I want to go to the next level, and to go to that next level, I'll definitely have to have an update on this PC for sure. Let's take a look here at the 3mo. By the way, guys, I forgot to share, the BitUnix campaign is finally up. I just remembered right here. As you guys know, if you use my link for BitUnix for trading, for spot buying and all that, each time I have a campaign, which is monthly, you guys can get bonuses. It's not a one-time thing. So this is the new bonus right here, the live stream special campaign. Shout out to BitUnix for giving me this. They only give it to people that they believe in. So they gave me this campaign so you guys can, basically the way it works, you deposit 1,000 and you get 400 USDT future bonus, right, after you put in the first trade. So that's basically it. And you could get up to 200, 400. So they actually gave me an example. So what would have to happen is you'll need to have at least 400 USDT in the futures, right, after you deposit, and then you got to put in the trade, and then you have that 400 bonus. Which again, guys, take advantage of this, because I think the moment right now is to look for low leverage trades like I have. I'm already up 20% on my ETH trade, 10% on my Cardano trade. On the low leverage trade, 5x I believe it was. And you can use this bonus, this future bonus, to get into those trades. $400 in a low leverage trade that you can take profits. I think that's pretty good. No, I didn't get into the Pepe meme coin pre-sale. But I kind of want to take a look here at Bitcoin on the 3 monthly. If you actually look at it, man, we look very similar to right here, man. I mean, look at this. You see right here, this buildup from 2015 all the way to 2016, and then we just exploded 2017. It's, man. Look at this. Right? It looks, I mean, it just looks very, very similar. And then, in a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4 months, we topped out from those levels. And even when I put my indicator here, the log waves, which you guys can have access to, you can see why I've been so confident that we haven't topped out yet, because of my indicator. Because just like right here, we were in that green zone until we exploded out of it. Just like right here, we're in that green zone before we explode out of it and possibly top out in the red zone here based on logarithmic here. You see each time we topped out was in that red zone. And I believe that'll happen again. Track Slayers says, yo, how do you get this set up on vertical live? Is the streaming from your cell? No, this is on OBS. And basically, you have to go through the settings on OBS so you can make the resolution vertical, basically. And then you just connect it to your YouTube, the stream key, and then you stream. But the key is going into the settings and putting the vertical resolution and output as well. Megan Butler says, hello, I am new to when it comes to investing, and I would really appreciate it if I could get some tips about where it is worth to invest in Bitcoin, XRP, ETH, Solana, etc. Hey, Megan, first of all, welcome. This is why I live stream. I live stream for crypto beginners, or, you know, new people just coming into the crypto space to invest. So I'm happy you're here. And, you know, that's a great question. You know, you're looking for the best place to invest in those coins. Those are great coins, by the way. I have all 4. And in my opinion,
New subscriber.
I honestly would say Kraken is a great place because it's been here since 2011. Haven't had any like serious hacks or anything like that. And they have reasonable fees, right? It's very low fees. So I would say Kraken is a good one. Kraken exchange. You know, Coinbase is the biggest one. So I believe Coinbase is pretty safe as well. It's the biggest crypto exchange in the stock market. It's in the stock market. I believe even the S&P, right? It's in the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, I forget, but Coinbase is a very safe one as well. So, you know, between those two, I would say those are two great places to buy Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Solana. And, you know, I would say that's the first step. The second step is getting your crypto into a cold storage wallet, right? Because then you have self-custody of it. And that's a big thing. That's a big step for crypto beginners, new people that come into crypto, because they're so used to stocks. They're so used to, you know, buying on that place and just keeping it on there. If you just want that, Coinbase and Kraken are pretty safe in my opinion. I don't think they're gonna close or anything like that. Now, if you want to take it to that next step and have self-custody of your crypto, then some wallets I recommend are Trezor, okay, Keystone as well. Dope, thanks, bro. Track Slayers, anytime, man. Appreciate you. So, yeah. Man, I mean, this move for Bitcoin here over the last year has been very similar to over here. Very similar. Let's take a look here at the 6 month. The 6 month, which by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Wow. The most I made on a trade specifically. A day with the old days. How you doing, man? How we looking, brother? We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good here. We're getting a decent bounce here. A lot of coins up on the daily. I'm actually happy I got into 2 longs on Ethereum at 3,300 and Cardano at 72. The main thing, I mean, look, anything between August 15th can happen, right? So we can definitely pull back here and put in a new low. This is looking like a bottom so far, you know, from this bounce today. But we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow at the stock market. The good news is that the job reports were bad and obviously were messed around with. That's why Trump fired the person that was in charge or whatever. And so now Powell is going to for sure cut interest rates by September. And some people are actually calling like a emergency cut or something, which I don't think will happen. But I believe by September we'll get a cut for sure. Because before that, the job reports came out. It was pretty unlikely. I think even the odds went up to 60% on some like betting websites that Powell wouldn't cut interest rates in September. But now the odds came down because of that. What happened? So that's going to be good for the markets for sure. And maybe the markets are going to start pricing it in here as we get to mid-October, mid-August. All right, so I've been buying a ton. Look, I've been very vocal. I've been buying a ton the last 3 days. As we've been dropping. I don't know what the bottom is, but I've been buying and buying. And I'm happy I bought. I still want to buy more. I didn't, you know, go all in. But you can see right here, we're most likely, you know, depending on what happens tomorrow, I might put in a short because we can get a big drop here, right? If we're bearish, we're going to get rejected very hard here from this level that we're actually testing right now. Because this is where Bitcoin bounced here back in July. This 115 area. And it's near that 200 MA and 25 MA. As you can see right there. So if we're bearish, we might go up a little higher tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a very, very volatile day. Go up a little higher and then get a big rejection. If you get that, then there's a big possibility we'll break these lows and come down here to 110 level around there. So that's what I'm looking for. Kind of want to see what Bitcoin does tomorrow regarding the stock markets, because we don't know how the stock market's going to react. But we have been following it to the T, right? The stock market's been coming down. Bitcoin and the crypto market's been coming down. I think it was like over 1,000. I know it's not a lot, but it was about like 1,000. And again, my biggest thing regarding leverage trading is risk management. So I'm in a lot of like low leverage trades. Like 5x, 10x. But there are some times when I'll scalp trade up. I'll do a 40x or 50x depending on the scalp trade. Morton says, always remember the first of the month will set the tone. Yeah. And it looks like the first of this month has been set pretty well. I mean, well, we actually dumped, so you know, the first of this month, we had a big dump here. So like I said, we come here to 115,300 level. I might look to short that depending on how the market reacts tomorrow, the stock market reacts tomorrow. But I'm looking to invest a lot more until August 15th, or at least by the end of August. Call text, what's up? And you guys been killing it with the likes. We got 27 people. Let's freaking go, guys. You guys been killing it. But yeah, my mic was off. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if it's good now. Yeah, it should be good now. Okay. I guess I forgot to put my mic on this scene. But thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is actually coming to a big target here. Like I said, 115,300 might be the target where we get a big rejection at. So I can see us moving here to 115,300 level. If we get a bigger rejection from this level, we're probably going to put in a new low. That's why I'm looking at what the stock market does tomorrow, because I might put in a short in this zone. All right. You know, highest target here, 115,800. So depending how we're looking tomorrow, I might put a short here for Bitcoin around 115,800. But it's not guaranteed yet. We've been getting this bounce, but this is just a big target here. This is where we bounced off here back in July. And not just that, it's also going to be around that 200 MA, right? That 200 MA. We're already testing that 25 MA. I believe we'll break that. But that 200 MA on the 4 hour is right on it. So what's great too is on the daily we actually found support on the 50 MA. So that 50 been holding support right there for Bitcoin like a beast. so far. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Crypto Owl, shout out to Crypto Owl. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Samuel. Shout out to all you guys here, by the way. Man, you guys are amazing. You guys are freaking amazing, by the way. Shout out to Crypto Owl. He comes to all my videos, which, by the way, my recent video got 1,000 views plus, man. It got 1,000 views plus on my Toshi price prediction. If you guys hold Toshi, check out that video. And I have an update video for Toshi tomorrow. Another video I have this week. After that, on Tuesday, is my Sui price prediction. And if you guys want to request any coins for my price prediction playlist, just comment on one of those videos. You might pump to 119, 121. Let's take a look. Sweet, 15 bucks. Man, you're gonna be surprised with that video, man, because 15 bucks is my conservative target, but Sweet it can go higher. What level to invalidate downside? I mean, look, if we break that, if we have a bullish day tomorrow for the stock market, and Bitcoin can break that 115,300, which is that 200 MA, right? So if you can break that, get rejected probably here around 116, right? 116. We're definitely gonna pull back, bounce on that, then we're looking good. Then that would invalidate the downside. So it's very situational, right? It's very situational, and I believe the stock market is gonna give us clues for sure. Sui. You think we'll flip this 114,800 area? I believe so. I mean, look, it might not happen. It might not happen tonight, but I believe tomorrow, entering the market open, I believe we will be very volatile. But like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna be in my job, but I'm still gonna be looking at the charts even while in my job. That 115, 400, 300 level, that 200 MA here, I believe that's gonna be a big target where we can pull back from. All right, so that's what we're looking at, and comparing it to the stock market, kind of see where the direction the stock market wants to go. And then I might put in a short or a long, right, depending on the price action for Bitcoin. I'm already in a long for Ethereum. We'll take a look at ETH here for Snell and Cardano. And I already have longs for Dogecoin, Shiba, Caspa. I'm down on those longs, to be honest, but I'm not worried about it, right? I'm down slightly. My liquidation prices are way low because they're less than 10x. And honestly, I brought my average down on this pullback, averaging in those positions. So if you guys want to trade right, you have to trade in a way where you're not looking at the charts every second, or you can't go to sleep because you're worried about getting liquidated. And the best way that I recommend that is low leverage trades on coins that you have high conviction on. So 5x, 3x, the ones that I have high conviction on, the most I'll do is a 10x. But these are like long-term positions. They're not like 1 week. They're positions for Q4, possibly the top of the bull market. So Ethereum, let's take a look at ETH. You haven't looked at ETH yet. So we did come here to my target. If you guys been here in my live streams the last weeks, I've literally been vocal on 33. And shout out to Pepe, because I mean, I give out so much targets that I forget about them. I gave out a Pepe target that we literally bounced off of. We came down to exactly when we bounced off of for Pepe. And I actually forgot about it. But shout out for Pepe if you're still here for remembering that. And I literally said, you can go back into the live streams, 3,300 ETH. And that's exactly where we came down to. And that's I have a long too. So there's a possibility that could be the bottom. But if it's not, I mean, if it's not, then we can retest these highs here, right? Depending where the stock market wants to go. Because like I said, anything can happen between August 15th until August 15th. I believe the market will start to pivot to the upside. So we can come down here. And when you really look at it, I kind of want ETH to come down here. Not just because I want to buy more of it at lower prices, but because, you know, we'll have this big inverted head and shoulders coming down here to this level to move to the upside, to catapult us to the upside. So I believe they'll add a lot of strength here for ETH. If we come here to 2,900 area, well, there's nothing really happening August 15th. I just believe the market's gonna pivot mid-August, in anticipation to the rate cuts in September, right? And I mean, we look at the previous August too. It was a pivotal month, right? We see here last August was actually the month here where we dropped from 65k Bitcoin, which was the previous top, to 48k Bitcoin. It was a pivotal month back in last August. And this August is looking to be one too. So if we actually look back here on the daily, Bitcoin actually hit that 48k here back in August 6th. So literally in the first week of August. And then what happened? We moved up, right? Which we're starting to now by August 24th. And then we came down here, almost a double bottom here on September, beginning of September. So I would expect people to take profits and for us to retrace a bit tonight. Yeah, it could possibly be. NW, good evening, man. How you been? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Let me turn on my fan because it's getting kind of hot right now. And if you guys are just tuning in, if you guys use my BitUnix link, which should be in the pinned comment, there's a new campaign for people that haven't used it yet. The pros of using my link is that you don't just get a one-time bonus. Every time I have a campaign, which is monthly, you'll get the bonuses. So it's not like a one-time thing. You're gonna always get these bonuses because shout out to BitUnix, they love my live streams. They're giving me these campaigns, which is basically free money for futures trading. So if you want to get into these low leverage trades like me, take advantage of these bonuses. You can see right here the live stream special campaign from, when is it? Does it have the date here? I believe it's a month, so from August to September. And you can get up to 400 USDT future bonus depending on deposit. So right here, make a deposit and open your first futures trade during the live stream and get up to 400 bucks right there. Bonus distribution daily. Enjoy. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. You enjoy. You get 50% off on the trading fees and losses. So Don't miss it out. And again, if you use my link, I'm gonna keep you up to date on each campaign. You guys can take advantage of these campaigns and put in some leverage trades. I'm looking for an ETH BTC entry. I swapped half my stack at 0.23. Want to flip the other half. For ETH BTC, I'll take a look at it. So you swapped your Bitcoin for ETH. You swapped your Bitcoin for ETH here on ETH BTC. This is something else I did call too. The Bitcoin, the ETH BTC bottom here. I actually made a video on it for proof. But we definitely have bottom. But as we're going up, right, we're gonna have these pullbacks. It's normal. You can't just keep going up here in green forever. What do they charge you a trade though? The fee, you're talking about the fees? They're pretty low. And depending how much you have in it, it's like different VIP stages. So, you know, I have someone that has like over 1 million and he's on the highest VIP, and he basically gets like tiny fees, like literally pennies. But if you're on, you know, VIP 1, which I'm on, it's like the first tier, it's like 0.008 or something like that. But you know, it's not anything huge. And again, the futures bonus, so I mean the futures bonus would be counted as the fee. So if you know you get the 400 futures bonus and you make a trade, the bonuses would count as the fees. They'll be taken out for the fees. The minimum, also the based on the deposit, it depends, right? So 100 deposit and then you put in the trade, 40, 500 deposit, 200, which is not bad, and then 400 bonus, 1,000 deposit. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can come down here to 0.28 level. Especially, I think this is possible because I see Bitcoin dominance going up. So I can see ETH BTC pulling back here to 0.28. And that could be a good entry. Because what I see happening is I see Bitcoin taking off first, right? Look, you already see us coming back here to the 62%, which I also called to here. We were at 60%. And I was like, yeah, it looks like we bottomed here. We're going to get a bounce. But what I believe is going to happen is, yeah, Bitcoin brought the market down. Now what's going to happen is it's going to take off mid-August, going into September, whenever. And it's going to leave the markets lagging behind too. And that'll be a gap right there. That'll be a window where you can swamp into ETH, right? Before the ETH BTC starts to keep going up and continue that uptrend. You know what I'm saying? And you guys been killing it, almost 1,000 views. Thank you guys. If you guys haven't yet checked out my short on Toshi, check it out for sure. Let's take a look here. Anytime, NW. Anytime, bro. Especially if we get that big pullback on ETH, right? With Bitcoin possibly going down. So, I mean, if you see ETH at 2,900, around there, around here, right? 2,900 level. That could be the last opportunity right there for the new lows here for ETH. Let's actually take a look here. I haven't looked here in a while at the total. Total market cap at 3.68 trillion. Man. Zelensky, what's up, bro? Short the market. And I want to give you guys here also a signal. I'm gonna give you guys an important signal for the for the top of this bull market. And you guys know I don't share. I'm gonna share here because I love you guys. But this is one that not a lot of people talk about, and that actually I figured out here. Again, if you guys want to check out my course, 8 Signals to Sell the Top, you can check it out. But this is basically, this signal is the crypto total market cap 2, right? Total 2. If you actually look at it, last cycle when we topped out, there was a time frame that the total 2 surpassed Bitcoin's total market cap. And that was the top of the market. I'm going to show you this right here. So this is total 2. Yeah. And we hit over 1.773 trillion. Now, I'm going to show you here a chart that no one really talks about, which I think is super important too. The Bitcoin market cap. You guys know me. I share you the charts here that not a lot of people talk about. We see here. Yeah, look at that. So the Bitcoin market cap, you see this time frame right here. As we were going up here, right, 1.1 trillion total market cap for Bitcoin, and we hit around 1.3 trillion in November. During that time frame, from September, October, November, the total 2, as you can see right here, it was during that time frame, it broke Bitcoin's total market cap. Insane, right? And that was the top. That was the top. So if you guys like these signals, I have so many more. Check out my course, 8 Signals to Sell the Top. I teach Fibonacci, a bunch of other things too. You can check it out in the description. But this is something I'm looking at here again because I believe it definitely will repeat again. We're at 1.4 trillion for the total market cap for total 2. And for Bitcoin, we're at 2.28 trillion. So it's something that I believe will happen again. And what's insane, I mean, it was really within a month or two when that happened, when the total 2 surpassed Bitcoin's total market cap. And we topped out. So, very interesting. And look, no, I never heard it from anyone. This is something that I actually just found out for myself here in the charts. No one ever mentioned that. So, just wanted to share that with you guys. Rosalind, how are you doing? Zelensky, I'm not tired, bro. In fact, I'm gonna start another live stream here on TikTok, so yeah. If you guys didn't know, TikTok banned me. Was it 3 days ago? Yeah, TikTok banned me for dumb reasons. Like I was just just like this. I've been just saying the same things I say here, just checking out the coins. and then they the unban is literally like 2 minutes away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a, you know, I did a 2 hours here. Shout out to everyone who came, who liked. We almost hit 1,000 viewers, right, based on the viewer count. But shout out to everyone who came. I'm gonna go to TikTok, right, and do an hour on there. So if you guys want to come in and join, come to my TikTok. I'll leave the link right here. But when I go stream again, you don't have to worry, because I'm gonna do TikTok and YouTube together. I'm just doing this one time because of this TikTok ban that they did. But now I'm unbanned, so just gotta find my I don't even think I have it here, so I'll leave the link here. Just give me a sec. Copy link. So I just put the link right there if you guys want to join me for another hour here on TikTok. But I will be live again, guys, this week. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Possibly. And yeah, thank you to everyone who came here. I'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.